But we start with last night's NBA action, and the first national game was fantastic. Of course, I'm talking about the one between the Mavs and the Pelicans. When you see that Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Herb Jones are not available for the Pelicans, you think Mavs are just going to easily roll through this team, right?
You know what I thought? That the Pelicans are who I thought they were. And like I said, if you were looking for NBA stock over the last year and a half, there they go right there. Because they're deeper than Atlantis. And nobody gives love to Valanciunas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in an era where bigs are shooting threes, he not only is a capable three-point shooter, but he's capable. But he's gonna always punish a smaller guy in the paint.
Offensive rebounds, too.
Absolutely. Use his size. They had so many players, like 7 players in double figures. See Nash Jr. hanging all on the rim.
Yeah,
absolutely. C.J. McCollum had 11 assists.
Trey Murphy, the third, 8 for 8 from the field. Didn't miss.
Ballin'.
You know why you've never gone 8 for 8 from the field?
Because I would have shot 9, 10, 11 shots.
Exactly. And I love this. After the game, we have Larry Nance posting this with the classic New Orleans rap cover style from the days.
I love that. And again, I want to make sure I acknowledge who's standing on the sideline. My family, Willie Green. And when you do this job, and his team is going 0 for 11, I got to come over here and make an assessment. And I looked at their team, and I'm like, he going to get them together. When they're playing against Dallas, who made the Western Conference Finals like that, without their 2 dominant players who both average over 25, it now made me look at the Mavs and say, hold on, let me look deeper into what they really got over there. Let me take off the Harry Careys for a second and look deeper in what they got over there. And you know what I was thinking? They ain't deep enough.
No, it doesn't feel like
Luka's a him.
Oh, he's a him.
Luka's a him.
Capital letters.
37, falling on his backside, dropping dimes.
3 inches away.
He was balling, and you know how much I love Christian Wood.
He played
with
great.
Pistons.
I think he was 3 for 3 from
no
3.
No doubt, he was balling. Like, they have some pieces, and I want to say this again out loud. Luka is a him, but man, these teams in the West is getting so deep.
Well, you saw at the end of the game, they just started, you know what, we're going to throw to Luka. We're going to throw to it Luka on the catch and let someone else beat us. And it led to some awkward possessions from the Mavs. And that is something that too easy for a defense to apply to an offense in the fourth quarter for them not to figure out.
Absolutely. And you want to see Spencer play well, Tim Hardaway Jr. You know, those guys have an opportunity to make some noise getting those minutes that basically got vacated by Jalen Brunson. But again, going against a team like the Pelicans, you just see an array of weapons in New Orleans that they could just turn to. And this is without B.I., Brandon
Ingram.
Ingram.
They didn't have.
Correct. And that's without Big Zion, who's about to just be dominant in the paint all season. And so I now look at them, Jacoby, better than even I thought they were.
We've seen this pattern. They'll make a fun, deep playoff run one year, and then the next year make a legitimate,
Hawks.
deep playoff run.
Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And last year, that was Dallas. And so this year, that's going to be the Pelicans fly. I've been trying to tell y'all the Pelicans fly.
Well, when I look at these two teams, I see one team on the ascension with higher expectations than last year, and I can't say the same for the Mavs. And one thing I will say, just because of that, it's one thing to add Zion Williamson. When you add Zion Williamson, the Mavs added Christian Wood, they lost Jalen Brunson, but the Pelicans added a number 1 pick in the draft in Zion Williamson after a good performance in the postseason last year. I am very high on the Pelicans right now, and something tells me that they're not slowing down anytime soon.
Absolutely. And just so you know, there's a lot of number 1 picks that ain't averaging over 26 and shooting 60 from the floor.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.